Professor, are you sure you want to do this? You remember last time, only a terrorist attack and your club not being able to get FAA waivers for 2 years. That was the only thing that kind of cured you last time, and then you had to go to all those APA meetings. Ammonium perchlorate anonymous, you remember? It's okay. I know you guys want to be in the space program. We sure do. Okay, let me just show them a few things of old. Ah, yes. Estes flying model rockets. This one's missing its nose cone and it's been beat to hell. Takes a little tiny cardboard tube about yay long. 3/4 of the weight of it is just cardboard and clay. Little piece of black powder about yay big around. This is something to fly, something more substantial. It's been flown and crashed more times than you can shake a stick at. Missing a fin. You can see it's been cut here and a fresh tube has been put on the front. That's because it's lawn darted once or twice. Here's something I tried to whip together. The dust's so thick on this thing, I never could quite get it balanced and working, but the idea was that this was going to go up on an Estes model rocket engines. The wings were going to swing out. This whole piece here was going to blow out, come down on a parachute. And this part up here added extra weight to the nose so it was rocket stable, but once it had lost it, it was plane stable. By the way, I did get this thing to glide pretty well, but the whole mechanism of trying to fly with this much junk on one side of the rocket never worked very well. So that's where the addiction will start, is some little stuff like that. Then you get to these things. This is a composite rocket engine. This is a disposable. You can think of this kind of like an EpiPen full of heroin, okay? Or, yes. Anyway, this is what they start you on. Hell, I burned one of these for a 2-second high. Yes. Here's another one of those early examples, and it's got some tape wrapped around the back end, as this would go into the back of the rocket, and that tape would act as a thrust ring for it. You're beginning to see what kind of addiction I was up against. Go ahead, Professor. Show them the old roll your own rig. All right. This is a deep fryer, which I used to use as a double boiler to melt my roll your own propellant, which I made from potassium nitrate and sorbitol, a sugar substitute, which doesn't caramelize before it melts. These are the molds with which I would make my own propellant grains. The idea being here, this was meant for a moon burn, meaning that the hole in the center of the propellant wasn't right in the middle, but you'd put a mold around there, melt your propellant and pack it in here around this. All of this would be greased, and when you were done, you would pull this off, pull this out, and you would have a cylinder with a hole in it. That cylinder with a hole in it would go in a PVC tube like this. At 70 degrees Fahrenheit, one of these Schedule 40 pipes, 1 1/4 inches, if I remember correctly, would take well over 1,000 pounds per square inch. This is a concrete nozzle made with extremely strong hydraulic concrete. 4 washers have been drilled to the appropriate size that I need. And it's been carved in the other end, which you probably can't see down there, into a convergent divergent nozzle. So several grains of propellant would be cast for that. I believe this would take 2 grains this size, and a cap would go on. Igniter would go in this end, all the way up to the top of it, and that would light it, basically an electric match. This was designed to be a homemade eye motor with approximately the power of 100 Estes model rocket engines, maybe 150, maybe 200 Estes model rocket engines.